You're tuned to radio station YGBK and the Independent Music Hour. The Electronic Dream Factory has released a 16-track CD entitled Drama Dream. It's a potent mix of industrial crossed with obscure cover tunes. If you will, a car crash between Skinny Puppy and Prince. Rob and Rob took time out of the Destruction sessions to talk with us.
Okay, Indiscreet Sounds is the label that we started to release our product through. Basically, it's a small label with not much money, but what you do is you establish the label to release stuff, and we've put out the last CD and a cassette so far, and we plan to do some more local bands and stuff in the same vein of music, which is more the electronic kind of dance industrial stuff. Yeah, I've been in quite a few other bands where we've actually done the sort of same thing, starting up a label, and you mainly do it when you can't get any help from any of the majors or some of the other independents that are around town or whatever. I've had a couple of records out before and a few different tapes where we've released some different style music, but as far as Indiscreet goes, the only band on it is E.D.F. Okay, well, the CD is named Drama Dream. It's been out since April. It has 16 tracks on it. All of them were recorded in our home studios. Between us we have 2 studios, where mine is sort of a pre-production studio where we do the writing, and then we'll go into Greg's studio. He's the keyboard player and the engineer, and we'll do sort of a finished copy of the songs at his place. And it's basically all in-house. It's like we do the production, we do the writing, the engineering, you know, cover all the aspects. We have, my wife does the artwork cover for it. You know, we keep it all in-house kind of thing and cover everything ourselves. See, what usually happens when you're represented by a record company is that a representative will go to the station and say, look, this band has an album out and this is the first single, can you push it, do you like it, you know, it'll fit this show, fit that show. We couldn't really do that because we're sort of a no-name band, so we just sent out the CDs, and basically the programmers themselves would listen to the CD and pick the song. And we found that different programmers in different parts of the country have been picking the different tunes, so out of the 16 songs, I think we got about 7 songs that are getting pretty heavy airplay, all the way from Vancouver to Halifax.
We played a couple of big shows down in Detroit. We opened for Concrete Blonde and Material Issue down there at the big, it's like the Kingswood or Molson Park of Michigan. We played at the State Theater, which is called Club X on Saturday nights, put on by the radio station that plays our stuff a lot down there. So we went down there. That was a real, yeah, 3,500 people in an old theater style. We came on like at 1:30, played 3 songs. The people down there are great, get right into it.
Really receptive, great response, people down there. Even if they don't know you, they love you.
Only thing was the stage manager. The stage manager wasn't too receptive. He had security kick us out of the building physically and refused to pay us for the acts of destruction we did on his stage.
Not that we destroyed anything of his. What we do is we take our own TVs that we find people dumping on the streets. We paint them up with E.D.F graffiti on it, and we plug them in, just sort of get a fuzz image on it. And then at the end of the songs, we usually smash them, you know, with whatever we can find, usually a mic stand or even a sledgehammer at times.
Virgin Mary was thrown in to boot.
But yeah, he didn't take to, like, he claimed that we had ruined the stage or dented it or something, and it wasn't true at all. He just wasn't happy with, I guess he wasn't expecting it, but the crowd loved it. They just freaked. In fact, the radio station got flooded with calls just after the show, so obviously the people liked it.
Well, one of the things that we tried to do, and it's come across well and people have commented on, is when you hear the CD, you tend to expect a band that's got just the usual, you know, guys stand up playing a few pads and people hiding behind keyboards. It's not really a live thing, but Rob from the start wanted the live show to be more rock or more heavy and live, and so what we've done is cut down the amount of stuff that's on tape, and I'm playing live drums. We've got more heavy, loud, distorted guitar thrown in there, which makes it really rock, and Rob is you know, pounding on a few pads to accent it, but it's not like the background of it, and just a lot more movement on stage. It's more like, I don't know, it's more of a combination of like rock and industrial live, and it's been doing really well with the audience because it's not what they expected. It's more entertaining.
Max is our guitar player. He used to work at a video place, and we just got a Video 8, I think it was, a Video 8 camera. And we just went to areas around here with abandoned warehouses, and there's an abandoned subway down near the O'Keefe there. We just went in there and hung around, took some shots and did some, you know, just sort of abstract stuff, and took out the best pieces and just pieced it together. And we sort of, how did Max do it? I think what he did is he took the images and kept reshooting it over the TV and playing it back at slow speed. So we got that grainy kind of effect deliberately to make it look sort of more industrial, more hard and underground kind of looking.
You have been convicted of taking and driving away, shoplifting, violent behavior, and in spite of your undertakings to the court, you have made no attempt to secure yourself a job. And now you've been accused of stealing once again, and you've attacked a member of the immigrant community and caused damage to his property. Are you not ashamed of yourself?
No.
You're all the bloody same. That's my down, lad.
I ain't nicked no car.
Definitely the live show for us is a secondary thing. I mean, the idea, I don't mean it's not as important as a recording, but the idea was to get the recording first, get that finished, get the CD out, get airplay. As soon as you have airplay, you have almost an instantaneous audience when you go out, because you know a certain amount of people are going to hear the stuff and then go out and buy the CD. Then when we go out and take to the next stage where we play live, we know that we'll have, you know, at least a certain amount of people coming out to see us. We sort of did it backwards, instead of playing live and then recording.
We won't do, well, like we mentioned earlier, we won't overplay the local scene and waste energy and time on that when it's not what's going to make it for you. Some bands have made it that way, but I think within especially our style, dance, electronic, industrial, you're better off hitting the clubs with your stuff and the radio stations. So I was in a band before that really beat the pavement around here in little towns, and our problem there was we didn't have the product to even be pushing. So unless you've got something recorded, don't waste your time on videos or you know, playing around live is always good. You know, hone your skills, work on your chops and stuff, but in the end, the band that's really going to make is one that's got something to push, something to sell, quality that's getting played, and then people will come out to your gig to see you first.
And people are learning that now too. I mean, you walk into a store like HMV and see their independent section, it's just enormous. And there's actually major competition happening within the independent scene now, whereas, you know, a few years ago, few people might put out cassettes or whatever, but it's just you know, people are realizing that you have to have the product and almost do everything yourself before you can get other people interested. Even the majors, like a lot of the major companies, are expecting people to approach them with finished products, so they can just go, okay, well, we like this and we'll distribute it for you, you know? So it's a lot of competition.
Biggest don't is don't wait to be discovered. It won't happen.
Do it yourself, yeah.
We leave you with another cut from the Electronic Dream Factory. This is Siren Song, and I'm Peter I for the Independent Music Hour. Good night.
Close your eyes and tell me all the things you see. Let the story out with all its secret sounds. Show your hand and tell me with the tail of your touch. Let your pleasure be your guide as you tell me your best dream. Let your voice be my guide as I sink into its sound. Now tell me how you feel in a whisper or a scream. I'll tell you my story if you want to hear. But listen to the sound, the words don't mean a thing. A lifetime of secrets, straining for release. I'll tell you all my secrets without a single word. A head full of scenes, acting out my dreams. I'll tell you how I feel in a whisper or a scream.
You're watching Cable 10 Parkdale Trinity, your community television station.